everybody. Welcome to today's Kabbalat Shabbat on Zoom, and it's nice to see a lot of people here. We're going to start today with Karen, who's going to give us a Devar Torah. We've been looking forward to that. So over to you, Karen.
I'm unmuted, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, right. Hello, everybody. Okay. The thing about doing these talks is that one really has to look at the Sedra in a bit more detail, and it usually is a bit of an eye-opener.
Just going to interrupt you to...
I muted you, Irene, sorry.
Pull your camera down a bit, Karen.
I'm just saying, put your camera down.
Okay.
We can't see all of your face.
Yeah, I'm using an iPad, so it's a bit difficult. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. Okay, that's it. It's scary enough, isn't it? Okay.
Well, it's better to see.
Okay, here we go again. Take two. I was going to say that the thing about doing these talks is that one really has to look at the Sedra in a bit more detail. And it is always a bit of an eye-opener. And if this week's Sedra was a weekly newspaper, it would be news-laden. It's crammed full of reports, including the route from Egypt, manna from heaven, Moses hitting the rock, and of course, the spectacular splitting and crossing of the Red Sea. It is Cecil B. DeMille and News of the World overload. The Sedra starts with route planning. The travel report said that God did not lead them along the Philistine highway, but they took a more circuitous route. Their sat-nav was a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, the ways of the day. Anyway, when Irene asked if I'd do this talk, I was very pleased when she confirmed that it would be the Sedra that contained Miriam's song. And I thought I could hone it on the stained glass windows in the shul that contain many musical instruments and then go on to Jewish women in music. And of course, Kenton has its fair share of women musicians. We've got singers, piano and fiddle players. But wider afield, what would the pop charts sound like without the contributions of Carole King? And maybe a not so well-known lady called Cynthia Weil, who, with her husband Barry Mann, wrote such classics as On Broadway by the Drifters, The Righteous Brothers, You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling, and most probably a song that the Israelites could have sung when they were standing by the shores of the Red Sea with the waves and water ahead and the Egyptian army and cavalry chasing. And what was the song? We gotta get out of this place. But personally, when I read the Sedra, I always like to see if there's any correlation between what's in the Sedra and what's going on in the news. And for me, the most moving connection was on Joseph's body being carried out of Egypt with the throng and Ron Gavili. Ron Gavili was a sergeant first class in the Israeli police special forces. He was 24, and I didn't realize that he was recovering from a broken shoulder when he went south to fight the terrorists during the 7th of October attacks. And he was killed whilst bravely fighting to save the lives of others at the Nova Music Festival. And just as Joseph's body is carried home out of Egypt with the Israelites in the Sedra this week, so Ron Gavili's body came home, and we can now take down the yellow ribbons. And let's hope and pray that this dark, terrible chapter has well and truly ended. But we can't go into Shabbos with these awful thoughts. I'd like to end with the imagery of Miriam, followed by all the Israelite women with their drums and dancing into freedom. And all have a good Shabbos. Thank you.
Thank you. That was really lovely, Karen. Thank you so much.
Shakayach.